Huge transaction for the shop this morning. We're going to let you know what happened with this one, my friends. A lot of details in this one. Help me out with the thumbs up. That helps get the videos out to more and more people. We're about 18 subscribers away from 7,700 subscribers on this channel. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for everything. We're going to keep it going. I'm going to keep you updated what's going on in the market. Boots on the ground action. That's what I like to call it. We got the Pinbacks giveaway coming up this Saturday. If you're not yet subscribed or you've not yet entered the giveaway, it's absolutely free to do so. I'll post that link in the comment section below. I'll pin the comment in this video for you to make it very, very easy. Let's get into it right now. $445,000 buyback. You heard me right. $445,000 buyback. They had 90% silver. They had Morgan & Peace dollars. They had some gold. They didn't have a ton of bars like you see on your screen. They had a few. The initial payment is $445,000 for now. I'm going to explain what's going on so nobody can freak out yet. We have to go through the 90% silver to make sure there's no key dates. We got their phone number, okay? It's going to take us a couple weeks to go through this 90% silver. There was a ton of it. But they also had Morgan & Peace dollars. They had 1,555 Morgan & Peace dollars. They claimed they were all common dates. Okay, we still got to go through them because we don't like to not go through them in front of the customer and say, you know, some of them don't mind us going through them without them being there. They dump them off. They let us check them. They come back about an hour later. And I said, you want to grab a donut, grab a cup of coffee, go right ahead. I said, we're right here for you. They want all common dates. All right, there were 3. And I'm talking not 1, not 2, but 3. 1889 Carson cities. And if you look at the Red Book, in very good condition, they booked for over $2,000 each. So I tested them on the Sigma. They came back real. Tested them on the XRF. They come back real. Put those on the side. Didn't say nothing up front. And all of them were just about common dates. There was nothing. There was a couple that could have been a little bit better than common dates, but they were right around common dates. So we put those on the side as well. And we're trying to figure what we're going to pay for this lot here. And bring the owner in. I says, look at this. I says, I got 3 Carson cities. I said, look what they booked for. I said, there's nothing we can really do with this. There's nothing. He said, no, I really don't want them, but we can help the customer out as much as we can with them. So after we got done through that, we told the customer what they had. And they were kind of shocked. I said, these are real. I says, my opinion is, I said, it's going to cost you $45 to send them off to NGC. Each coin. I said, it's going to cost you a bit more to ship them there. Get them back. And I says, no matter what they come back on, I said, you're going to make more money off these to have them graded. I said, we're not interested after they get graded. Even we're really not interested in it now because it's not our clientele to buy these up. I said, but we do have a couple other options after they get graded. I'll send you some to some other shops, I says. So it takes about 4 weeks, 5 weeks to get back. Right, just right now. It's depending how busy they are. They couldn't believe it. All right, they couldn't believe they had those stuck in with common dates. So we did the paperwork. We charged them the paperwork fee. We got them packaged up. They're sitting on for FedEx to come pick them up. Hopefully, can they come pick them up today? It's scheduled for them to pick it up today. So hopefully they will get their rear ends in there and come pick them up. Yeah, $445,000, this, my friends. So what we're doing is we're processing through the other 90% silver as we can. We told them it's going to take a couple weeks. You know, I said it's a lot. All right, it is a lot of 90% silver they brought in, and it's going to take a couple weeks. So we're going to be honest with them. They're moving back to Canada, like I said, and see where it goes from there. You know, they really didn't go through the bags at all. They just kept buying and buying, husband and wife, and they're moving back to Canada. So, by the end of the year. So they're dumping it all off. And they had some gold. Just Silver Eagles, Canadian Maple Leafs. And they just wanted, they didn't want no trouble at the border. They just said, we just want to take the cash and run. It's up, the prices are up. Okay, fine. And in these type of scenarios, what do you do? I mean, you got 3 months, and I said, you got 3 months, 3 or 4 months here, guys. You can sell a little bit at a time and try to catch a little bit higher price. They said, no, we kind of want it all gone now. We you know, we don't want to mess with it. We're trying to start packing up slowly at the house. And okay, so what we're going to do is, for them, we paid them out the check. And we're going to go through the 90% silver. If we find anything, we're going to let them know. I mean, we're talking about Mercury dimes, Roosevelt dimes. We're talking about war nickels. We're talking about every type of 90% silver you can think of. Barber dimes, Barber quarters. There's a little bit of everything out in this mix. And they are mixed. They're not separated. All right, they're just thrown in a bag, mixed. And that's a pain in the rear end. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a pain in the rear end. So we're going to probably pull some late nights, the next few nights, trying to get some of it started. But we will see. We will see what the crew wants to do. They're going to be, the 3 girls wants to work on Labor Day. Fine. The owner says, you want to open the store on Labor Day? That's up to you. And then, yeah, I'm going to have to be the back pedal of it all. And be around, which I'm going to be around anyways. And if they get somebody in there that gives them a hard time, I'm going to have to go in there on Labor Day. They want to do the hours. Owner says, if they want to do it, fine. Let them open it up. No, let them open up. We're going to be around anyways. So, we were going to be closed, but they wanted the extra hours. They wanted the overtime. The owner says, fine, I don't care. You know, let's see what happens. Sometimes holidays are good for us. Sometimes holidays are a bust for us. It is what it is. So we're going to take care of these customers here. It was a big order. I'm still trying to process the order through my head, what we got to do now. And they were very happy about their Morgan dollars. And I said, I can take you through. I said, I got a couple localized coin shops that really specialize in graded coins. I says, we will work on that after. I said, we will see what they come back for grade. I said, we can sit them here. I said, we can try to push them. I says, we can do a consignment deal. We can do whatever. I said, but I think you'd be better off really going to another coin shop with these. I said, I think it's worth the money to pay. I says, I think you're going to do very well. The woman goes, she says, thank you for being honest. You got to be honest in this business. I mean, we don't know. I mean, we don't know if it's a setup or what's going on. We never know. We got to be honest in this business. It's doing the right thing for your customers. And you know who else does the right thing for their customers? Channel sponsor Pinbacks. Check them out, my friends. They've been sponsoring since February 1st of this year, 2025. A lot of you folks have got back to me and say, Michael, Brian are wonderful people. Call them up, my friends. Right now, there's no specials, but the 90% silver is still a good deal, in my opinion, to get them from channel sponsor Pinbacks. They got silver dimes right now. They got very little silver quarters, if any. They got the $half in stock. They got some excellent prices on gold. They got some extra. They got actually an excellent price on the random year Krugerrands from South Africa. Random years. I noticed that last night. They got a pretty gosh darn good price on those. And they don't even need a sale price on those. I'm surprised they still have them. If you're interested in anything, you got questions for them, give them a call. They will be happy to answer your questions. Just let them know that Crazy Coin Shop Chris sent you for the new people, I don't make a commission. All this is going to do is to help with the bigger giveaways later on. They have kept their word with bigger giveaways. They're going to continue to keep their word. The great guys, build a relationship with your local coin shop. Build a relationship with channel sponsor Pinbacks. There's not too many online dealers out there that you're going to be able to call, and chances are you're going to get Michael or Brian to pick up the phone the first time. If you're having trouble getting through, email them. There's an email section right in their website. Let them know what you're interested in. Give me your first and last name. Give me your phone number in the email. They will call you back. I guarantee you, they will call you back. Just let them know what you're interested in. At least a couple different things. That way they can have it up and ready to go for you, so make the transaction a little bit quicker for you all. It helps them and it's going to help you. Let's help each other out. So thank you, Pinbacks, for sponsoring this channel, Coin Shop Chris. Thank you to the viewer out there, because it's not possible without you. Now let's talk about Stop the Melt. You know, we hear all the time. Coin shops, pawn shops, melting this stuff down. I'm hearing at the shop that I'm working at. People think it's sickening to melt down our history so they can make a quick buck. I don't buy for a minute. I call BS that these coin shops are not selling any 90% silver. We're selling it. We're buying it. We're stacking it. Because when the crap storm hits, this will be the first thing to go off the shelves. We still have other people waiting for us to say, we need this, we need this. But we have big influxes that come in like today. People are playing the market when they sell. And these are the people who are going to do pretty good when they do sell. Playing the market. Meaning you cost average in, cost average out. These people don't need the money right now. So right now we don't need any more, but we will still buy it if the customer wants it. But we're not sending it off to the smelter. No. We're holding it, my friends. We're holding it. Because we know we're going to need it. And these will be the same coin shops that are smelting it down now. You've heard me say this before, but I got to say it again. Shame on them for smelting it down. But these will be the same coin shops to be crying and moaning later on, I don't have any more. Well, no crap. Because you sent it all off to the smelter. Sickening. This is what I'm hearing back from our customers. Some of the customers are really outraged. We got to be outraged at this. You know, how do we stop the melt? Well, I'll tell you how we can do it as the viewers, as the customer of coin shops. I'm not telling you to go buy more. That is not what I'm getting at. And for the people who say that, you know, really shame on you too for saying that. The people who are buying right now are doing everything they can to stop the melt. And I'm not saying it this way. That is what I'm trying to say in one thing. But how do we stop the melt? If you're a seller out there, if you are a seller, stay away from these coin shops that's melting it down. Stop giving them the business. You know, maybe you're going to need it later on. Maybe you get a little bit of an emergency and you got to sell a little bit, which is fine. But try to make sure you're not selling to a coin shop or pawn shop is gloating about melting this stuff down. That's how we can stop the melt. This is how we stop the melt. But how we really can control it is getting on these coin shops and pawn shops behinds, screaming and yelling, maybe in a nice way. Give them your opinion. Stop the melt today. Let's get that on the comment sections. Put that in the comment section. Make sure you give this video a thumb up. Make sure you gain this word out. Because we should be all really teed off how much melt is going on. And there's a few coin shops around the country that I know of, and I know some of them personally. I scream at them every now and then. What the heck are you doing? Sell it to me. Sell it to our shop. You know, but these coin shops want it, and pawn shops want it the easy way out. They don't want to sell it to you at the same price. They rather burn it. They don't care. They rather make the quick buck. They don't want to sit on it. Well, then don't buy it then. If you can't sit on it for a week or so, then don't buy it. You know, we got no problems moving 90% silver. At some points, yes, it's lower. Just like anything else. But to have a good capitalized, you know, some people talk about, oh, going to stay capitalized for you. We are capitalized. Our owner is capitalized. And we do have a ton of, well, I don't want to say a ton, but we do have quite a bit right now of 90% silver. Those Morgan & Peace dollars are not going to last the shop long. Those are hotcakes right now. Morgan & Peace dollars are complete hotcakes right now, along with silver quarters. They're hotcakes. We got other inventory we can buy right now, but we don't need it right now. But it is silver quarters that seem to be hotcakes. 1964 Kennedy half dollars is another hotcake. And again, Morgan & Peace dollars are your hotcakes right now. Look, I tried yesterday on eBay. I bid on 12 different Morgan dollars. The Peace dollars are going way too much. I happened to get one. And it was an 1890, probably very good grade. I got it for 33.01. But that's one of how many I've been bidding on for the past 3 or 4 days. I finally found one. I'm happy. All right, yeah, I bid on quite a bit. Now, let's say I won them all. Me personally, I don't have the money for them all. But I know for a fact I could bring those to the coin shop and say, hey, look, to the owner, I got this, this, and this. I just want my money back because I can't afford all these. And he would buy them at the price I got them for and charge maybe 50 cents more. Because these are I try to go very good to extra fine condition for my collection. That's not always the case. I got some calls. I got some very good coins, grades, yes. But I try to get, if I can get the same type of coin for a better grade for about the same price as most online retailers are selling it for, why not? No, some of these coins we got into today are extra fine. So we paid out one price for one group, paid out one price for one group. It all added up over $445,000. Cannot believe I just said that again, but that is, wow, that's a big transaction for our shop. That is a big transaction. We don't see those every single day. But when they happen, it's like, wow. You know, it's a wowzers, and even the owner says, holy crap. That's a big transaction for us. I said, yeah. He says, but we had the cash to do it. Yeah, we do. So those Morgan & Peace dollars, will we make $1.50, maybe $2 off of each one, depending on the grade? Yeah. Junk silver, we make one time as face and we paid for it. That's what we're selling for right now. Quarters a little bit more. Quarters we're paying a little bit more because those are a little bit harder to get right now. We stay up with the times. We've seen the market, my friends. I'm going to keep you up to date what's going on in this market. Keep stacking, but I'm going to tell you this. Most channels won't tell you this. Stack as you can. Don't overdo it. And I say that a lot on this channel because I've seen it with my own eyes. People come in. They convert too much. And they're back 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, whatever the case may be. I bit off too much I can chew. Don't do it. Just don't do it, my friends. If you have $50 a month, if you have $100 a month, if you got $100 a week, $200 a week, don't go over that budget. just don't do it. You know, it don't mean you're going to buy every single week, out of every single paycheck, or out of every check you get. You know, you can wait sometimes for a little bit of a dip. You know, sometimes you can play the market. We don't know. I get it. Because I've done it myself. Get it now. 15, 20 minutes later, it drops 50, 60 cents and the prices come down, right? Yeah, crap happens. But I'm sure some of us have seen, or most of us have seen, we got it one day, 4 hours later, 2 hours later, 30 minutes later sometimes, the price has shot up. We saved on the back end. This is what I'm talking about, cost averaging your stack when you're purchasing and when you're cashing out. Just do it the right way. It takes time. You know, here I'm thinking about this transaction right now. How long did it take these people to stack this much silver and gold? And look how long it took them to cash out. Not long. Spend years of stacking. We spend years of stacking. It can be gone within 30, 40, 45 minutes to one coin shop. That fast. And it took years for you to stack it. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Educate your friends. Educate your family, my friends, before it's too late. Silver and gold is the only form of money. It's not this. This is losing value. This is going to fiat heaven soon. How soon, I don't know. But you better check out what a stable coin that really does. What really happens with a stable coin. You think this Bitcoin and meme coin crap is safe? Digits on the screen. All they have to do is shut down the internet. And guess what? Your crypto's gone until they turn it back on. Your meme coins are gone. Silver and gold physically? Nope. You maintain those. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. You folks have any questions for me about silver, gold, or platinum, reach out to me in my email. It's always in every single description of every single video. Don't forget about the Pinbacks giveaway. It's a huge giveaway. A lot of people have contributed to this donation. Some from channel sponsor Pinbacks. One of my moderators, Snakebite. Bob from Retirement Crossings YouTube channel. And yes, myself, CoinShop, Crazy CoinShop Chris has donated some stuff as well. We got a lot of people who donated with this one. And as most of it's collectible silver, my friends. Why not sign up? You got a chance to win. Good luck all. We'll catch you later this afternoon.